coach told me I can never miss a Monday. Hey, look, it's never miss a Monday. Hey, look, it's never miss a Monday. Hey, look, it's never miss a Monday. Coach told me I can never miss a Monday. Hey, look, it's never miss a Monday. Hey, look, it's never miss a Monday. Wine on Saturday, wine on Sunday, but coach told me I can never miss a Monday.
Good evening. Welcome to the Monday Night Live Real Estate Call-In Show with Coach Mike. I'm your host, Rick Davis. If you don't follow me on social media, I invite you to do so at Prime Real Estate Rick. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in residential or commercial real estate anywhere in the great state of Texas, but especially here in our lovely city of Houston, you can reach me directly on Instagram at Prime Real Estate Rick. I want to thank everyone in the audience for tuning in this week. And as always, it's an honor and a pleasure to host this show with you. I want everyone in our audience to get involved in tonight's show. Take your smartphone, record yourself asking Coach Mike a relevant real estate question. Submit your question to the Monday Night Live Real Estate Call-In Show hotline at the number that you'll see on the screen. And our super producer, Jay Joseph, may very well choose your question to be answered on tonight's show. So without any further ado, I want to introduce my co-host. He is not only a highly successful real estate broker, but he is also the co-founder of Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm. I want to thank him for carving some time out of his busy schedule to sit in with us on this evening. And I'd like to introduce CEO Coach Mike, Mr. Michael G. Davis. How you doing?
What's up, Rick? How you doing, man? It's Monday. I'm excited as always. How you doing, brother?
Man, it's great to be here with you, man. You know how it is. I always look forward to Monday Night Live. It's a great way to get the week started, and it's a great way to keep everyone in the audience updated to what's going on in our real estate world and the world of Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm. So, Coach Mike, please fill us in. What's been going on in the world of CEO Coach Mike?
Well, you know, Rick, we've been staying busy as always, man. We're out there in the streets. We're educating consumers. We're educating agents. So, last week I was actually in Galveston. I made it as one of the members of the Texas Real Estate Leadership Program of 2023. So we had our opening retreat on last week. I was able to learn some great techniques and concepts that I'm going to be bringing over and applying in our trainings and our meetings and the things that we're doing at Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm. Because as I grow as a leader, then I better lead and promote our business, and we grow as a company. So super excited to be, connect with those group of people, 33 other individuals going to go through this process together over the next 9 months. Super excited to connect and engage with them on this journey, as well as all the insights and information that I'm going to be gaining, I can bring back to Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm so we can all grow together. So really, really excited about that, Rick.
With all your experience in real estate and the amount of years that you've served as a broker, what still is your main motivator to stay involved from a leadership standpoint with these type of organizations? Someone as experienced as you, what is it that you continue to get from being a part and serving in a leadership position with TLRP?
You know what? That's a great question, Rick. And the reality is that this business is about relationships. So, one of the things that I'm transitioning into, Rick, is more out of the transactional side of or understanding the value of the transaction, and then moving towards understanding more of the value of the relationship and utilizing and leveraging relationships to achieve the different results to assist with helping go to the next level. So that transactional space works, especially in the beginning. It gets you to a point, just focus on the next transaction and getting transactions and those single transactions. But at some point, you're going to have to transition into more of what kind of relationship do I need to have to move us forward? What kind of relationship do I need to have to get us to get to that next plateau and that next step? And that's just the phase that I'm in. So obviously being able to connect with other leaders in our industry that have access to other resources, that have access to other levels of influence, these are the circles that I now need to be a part of. So I believe that going through the TRLP and being connected to those individuals is just one step moving in that direction, Rick.
No, I appreciate you for sharing and being so transparent about what motivates you on a day in, day out basis, because one of the foundational things as part of Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm is that not only your mentorship, but education and guidance. And the fact that you are still out there on a regular basis, finding out about what's new, what's innovative, what's fresh to the market, and bringing those things back is just another added benefit to being part of the Brooks and Davis family. I just wanted to give you a chance to illustrate that for everyone in our audience.
Absolutely. No, I agree with you 100%, Rick. And I think it's good that we continue to highlight that fact that it should be a consistent growth. Like that's really what it should look like. You should always be growing.
Absolutely, man. And that just brings us to the purpose of tonight's show, and that's to actually answer some of the questions from members of our audience. And as always, man, we have some really exciting and thought-provoking questions teed up for you, Coach Mike. So if you're ready, I'm curious to hear how you would feel about question number one.
Absolutely, man. I can't wait. Let's jump into it.
Question one. Coach Mike, what is your approach to managing and training a team of agents?
That's hey, look,
fresh from your leadership retreat, Coach.
Fresh from the leadership retreat. Absolutely. No, that is an excellent question, right? And my approach, like, if I had this person in front of me, then I would probably like to ask them some additional questions to get a better understanding of what is it that they're really looking to ask, right? Because it's not really about an approach. You have a team, of agents, right? You have people that are following you, that are looking to you for leadership and to guidance. And I do believe the very first thing that you have to accept is that you have to accept the fact that you're responsible for them. I think that's the biggest key, Rick, is that you have to accept the ownership around success or fail. It's on you, and you have to be ready and willing to wear that. I see some leaders, I see some, team leads, I see brokers, and it's too easy for them, Rick, to blame the agent for the lack of success, right? And the reality is that if something's not moving the way it needs to move, if an agent is not performing the way that they need to perform, before you accept the fact that this is a lost cause, there's a multitude of steps that you must take as a leader prior to coming to that conclusion. And one thing that I believe, Rick, is that most people are not lost causes. Matter of fact, as I think back and I recall, if I've ever just had to give up on somebody, I've never, of all my years, Rick, I've never just had to give up on somebody. That there's always something on my end that I can do. There's some skill that I need to get better at, something that I need to employ or I need to learn, or some area that I need to grow in as it relates to my leadership to assist in helping achieve the result that we're looking to get, right? Today, one of the things that I'm doing, Rick, on Mondays with my leadership team is I'm doing a leadership boot camp, the Brooks and Davis way, right? I didn't want to take in, I was taking for granted that my leadership team was clear on what I wanted.
Right.
Here's the reality, Rick. They were not clear on what I wanted. I didn't do a good job of articulating it, right? Because we hadn't spent enough time really in that vein. So I'm using that leadership boot camp for me to get more clear to them, to better present to them where it is that I want us to go and how it all connects and how it all engages. And in that boot camp today, Rick, I asked them the question, when you hear the word effective leadership, what do you mean? What do you think I mean by it? And they gave me all their answers and responses. But at the end of the day, Rick, effective leadership is somebody that can get, excuse my French, ish done, right? That's effective leadership. Somebody that can get stuff done, that gets results. period. So my approach to managing and training agents, a team of agents, ultimately there are some results and things that we need to get done. It's going to involve transactions because that's what we're here to do. Well, if that's what the goal is, then as the leader, I'm here to ensure that as a team and as a group, we're doing transactions, and it all falls on me, right? So whether we're doing transactions or not doing transactions, that is a signifier of how effective I am as a leader. So that's where I would start, Rick.
It seems like the overarching theme of what you're discussing right now, Coach Mike, is accountability and being able to be accountable as a leader and taking on the responsibility of driving transactions and driving production. And I think for a lot of those that aspire to be in leadership positions in this real estate space, that is a responsibility that they need to embrace and start training and educating themselves so that they can carry that burden and also be effective as a leader and make sure those that choose to be under their leadership are growing because of it. So that's great, Coach Mike. I appreciate that advice for everyone in the audience.
No, I love the word that you use, Rick, that it's a choice, right? People choose to follow you,
Right.
And you got to understand that. And, you know, when a person chooses to follow you, man, that's an honor, right? That's an honor that you should accept and that you should want to show up for them, you know, and serve them in the best capacity that you can, because that's really what it's all about, man.
Mm-hmm. You know, it's great, man. It's moments like this that makes hosting this show with you so fulfilling because these are some of the big picture topics that I think aren't discussed enough in this online space and that I don't believe is touched on enough amongst real estate professionals. So, Coach Mike, I appreciate you for being so candid as far as your approach to the business and what it is that makes you tick from that standpoint.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, you ready for question 2, Coach Mike?
Come on, man. Keep them coming, brother.
Let's see what we have for question number 2.
Keep them coming.
Coach Mike, how can I effectively use social proof in my real estate marketing? Coach Mike, social proof.
Social proof.
The new buzzword.
Hey, that's the new buzzword, man.
Right.
So hold up. The question is, how can I effectively use social proof? Look, you got to use it, period. If you're in this space, you're in real estate, and you're going to grow your business, you better have people out there that can validate what you do, right? That they can verify that what you promise, you deliver on.
Absolutely.
That's at the end, because we're in a society of, we want social proof for everything.
Absolutely.
Right? When I go buy something on Amazon, bro, you best believe I'm looking at the comments, I'm looking at the ratings, right? I'm looking at the video, the unboxing videos people be doing on YouTube. You better believe I'm looking at all of that, right? When I'm thinking about a new restaurant we're gonna go to, you better believe I'm looking at the Google reviews, right? If they got anything on Yelp, you better believe it, right? And you know, some of the most powerful social proofing is recommendations. Like if somebody recommends something to me, whether that's a movie, whether that's a TV show, again, a restaurant, a vacation spot, you know, that's the most powerful social proofing that can exist.
Right.
So as a real estate professional, everything that you do should be based around somebody telling somebody else about their experience with you.
Right.
That you show up in such a way, such a unique way, such a out of the box way, a level of service that is next to none, that you show up like that a person can't help but tell somebody else about it. That they just gotta say, look, man, you gotta, if you got anything in real estate, you better use this person right here. Right? That's where they should start. Like before you go saying, all right, I need to set up my Google page, business page, so people can do this, or my HAR, you know, HAR has that rating system for when you close on a deal. But like before you do that stuff, and yes, you do need to do that stuff. But before you do that stuff, you better make sure that your service, the way that you operate your business, is 5-star, right? You want to make it easy for people to be like, hey, this person really took care. The way they do business is so unique. Look at what they did for me. Like, you gotta go. Like, you want to make sure that all of that is in place. And then as you operate at that level, then you want to start looking for opportunities of how can I best frame the social proof. And like I know at Brooks and Davis, we created a link tree. And what we do is we compile people's experiences, whether video, whether audio, whether text, and we just dump them all on that link. So for us, Rick, we can just give you the link, right? And you can hear about it. I'm going to talk about it later. I'm encourage people to go to the link and hear what others are saying about us. But I think at the end of the day, Rick, if your service is not there, if it's subpar, then social proof is not going to work for you. So you got to get your service up to par, and more than up to par. It needs to be exceeding expectation.
I agree with you totally, Coach Mike. Like you said, you're going to have to use social proof. That is the way you show your expertise. Client service is number one. Let's make sure we're doing everything we can to make sure these people are being serviced to the best of our ability. Period. Great answer, Coach Mike. Let's check question number 3 for us.
All right, let's go.
Coach Mike, what are some effective ways to stay motivated as a real estate agent?
Effective ways to stay motivated. Let's talk about passion, right? Let's talk about passion. So, in my presentations, a piece of my leadership training, the training that I do as it relates to leadership, and I'm also going to incorporate it into the stress management class that I'm going to be doing. I think passion is important in both of those, because what passion does is it helps you get clear on what matters. And that's where I feel like people get lost, or their motivation gets lost, because they get fuzzy or hazy on stuff that doesn't matter at the end of the day. And it becomes overwhelming and it becomes overbearing. And because of that, they lose motivation. So let's talk about passion. Well, what is passion? Where does the word come from, right? So, Rick, many people don't realize that the word passion didn't really, it's not an ancient word. Like, it didn't come from, Latin origins.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's not an ancient word, right? The word passion came around, it's only about 2,000 years old. Like, it came around the time that, Jesus Christ was on the earth. Now, again, this isn't for me to press upon you any religious beliefs. That's not what this is about. This is just so you can understand where the word came from, right? So prior to that, there was no word. There was no word for passion, okay? Right? So ancient Latin America, there was no word for that. Well, or ancient Greece, that's what I was looking for. So when Jesus Christ, went to the cross and, he died for the sins of the entire world, which was the premise around it, Christian scholars didn't have a word to describe that act. An act of complete, total self-sacrifice. They didn't have a word to describe it. A word to describe somebody that was that loved something so much that they were willing to suffer for it, right? Suffer unto death. There was no word to describe that. So because of that, Christian scholars came up with a word to describe it. And that word was passion.
Oh, wow.
Like, when you see the movie Passion of the Christ, right, it's because he is the origin of the word passion. So passion is you loving something so much that you're willing to die for it. Now, Rick, we throw that word around, huh? I'm passionate about this. I'm passionate about that. But when you really think about it, how many things are really out there that you would love it so much that you would be willing to suffer? for it, right? So when you frame it like that, then it makes it real easy for people to kind of trim that list down of things that they're passionate about. Now, there may be many things that you're into. There may be some things that you enjoy. There's some things that you really, really, really like.
Right.
But would you suffer for it? I don't really think it's that many things. I know on my list, it's only, 4 things maybe? My wife, Michael, Morgan, Madison, and Laquan. I suffer for them, right? That's why I'm passionate about them. But outside of that list, I can't. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I enjoy. Look, I enjoy Brooks and Davis, but am I going to suffer for it, Rick? I don't know. I'm going to do a lot. Am I going to suffer? So when it comes to motivation, when you identify what that thing is that you're passionate about, then that needs to be the center of your motivation. That needs to be the thing that triggers you to keep going. When you don't feel like it, Rick, when you're not feeling it, when you get overwhelmed, when you're tired, when you're frustrated, when you're mad, you need to have something that you can look at to remind you of your passion. That thing that you're willing to suffer for because you love it so much. That thing is the thing that's going to keep you motivated, Rick. So what I would encourage is that people go find out what that is for them.
Right. You know, it's amazing if the energy that you put into Brooks and Davis isn't described as passionate, I hate to see that next level of what it is you care about, because there's so much and so much of yourself that you give. It's like what we do over at the brokerage is top of mind for you 24/7, 365. Mm-hmm. So if there's another level that you have from that, oh my goodness, man, I would love to see it, because the amount of emotional equity, intellectual equity that you put into what we do over there, from education, inspiration, leadership, mentorship, is something that I would love for everyone out there to be able to observe and enjoy. So,
well, look, Rick, let me tie it together. Let me tie it all together, right? I handle Brooks and Davis real estate firm that way because I recognize, for me to be able to make sure that the things that I'm passionate about are covered for, right? Make sure that my family's taken care of, to make sure that my kids are taken care of. To ensure that happens, Brooks and Davis has to be successful. Right? There's no option for Brooks and Davis to not be successful, because if that happens, then it impacts people that I would die for. Therefore, I can't let it happen. I can't let it happen. So the passion bleeds into, so what you're seeing is the passion. What you're seeing is the intensity and the emotional and the pouring everything into it, but it's not for the sake of Brooks and Davis. It's for the sake of what happens if Brooks and Davis fails. That's what it's for the sake of, right?
And like you say, so I think what everyone in the audience has an opportunity to hear you speak about is how important it is for everyone to find their why. Why is it that we're doing this? Why are we taking these steps? Why are we sacrificing? Why are we suffering, quote unquote, towards a goal? Why are we persevering, quote unquote, towards some things that we want to see come to fruition? And for real estate, it could be your why is your family. Your why could be the proving doubters wrong. I ask everyone to take some time, meditate, think within yourself, and really try to find out what you're truly passionate about. And from a real estate perspective, try to find your why.
Yeah. I mean, Rick, real simple, Rick, and we can all answer the question. What is it that you love so much that you'll be willing to suffer for it?
Exactly.
What is that? Go find that. And then you tie everything that you do to that and watch how your life will transform.
Look, man, for everyone in our audience, if this is your first night checking us out on Monday Night Live, go to the Brooks and Davis YouTube channel, smash, subscribe, like, share. Check us out, man. You can like us on Facebook at Brooks and Davis, because this type of conversation or the type of conversation that Coach Mike and myself like to have on every episode of the Monday Night Live Real Estate Call-In Show. So, look, me and Coach Mike, we really love the real-time engagement. So if this is your first time, make sure for the next episode, record yourself on your smartphone, send in your questions to Coach Mike to the Monday Night Live Call-In Show hotline. And for those who already follow us on our YouTube channel, Coach Mike, what can we expect this week to see on BND TV, and what type of programs can we expect to have going on over at Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm?
Man, I'm glad you asked, brother. I'm glad you asked. So BND TV's full lineup is taking place on this week. Super excited about that. Again, like what Rick said, if you want to see past episodes of Brooks and BND TV, all you got to do is go to our YouTube channel, subscribe, and you'll see all previous episodes of our weekly lineup of shows. So on tomorrow, we're going to be doing the Real to Life podcast. I'm bringing to the stage a realtor. She's a realtor with Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm by way of the 5-star team, Miss Caitlin Hines. Super excited to have her on the show on tomorrow. She's going to have a phenomenal story to share with everyone. So really looking forward to having Caitlin on tomorrow. She is a motivational speaker, right? So it is going to be a story that you're going to be super excited about hearing about. So make sure that you tune in. All right. Then what we're going to be doing at 2:30, we're going to be going live. It's our Real Estate Happy Hour live. We go live on Facebook and YouTube with the hosts and special guests. You know, we discuss a number of things, trending topics straight from Twitter, current events, real estate industry related topics, along with some real estate advice to consumers and realtors, right? It's ultimately it's real estate professionals talking about randomness. You know, the best part of the show is that the audience has an opportunity to get on the screen with us, share their thoughts as well. I know, Rick, you took part one week with the Real Estate Happy Hour live. So that's one of the things, one of the staples of what we're going to be doing on Tuesday at 2:30, where we go live again, right? And then here's something that I started doing twice a week, Rick, on Instagram. It's a live stream on Instagram, right? So we had our live streams, obviously on YouTube and Facebook, but I do a couple of things on my Instagram page as well as far as live. So if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you do that at CEO Coach Mike. It is called Real Estate Out the Box. Real Estate Out the Box is the many ways to buy and sell a home. You know, Rick, there are many non-traditional tools and resources for people who want to buy or sell a house, but they don't really know about them, Rick. So what I wanted to do, or what I'm doing, is that every week I showcase, you know, one of these non-traditional tools. Like, I want people to understand that there's just not this one singular way to buy or sell a house or to do real estate. And I feel like people get caught up in the box. And because they don't believe that their situation allows for them to fit in that box, then they don't even try. So that's what Real Estate Out the Box is all about. It's about exposing to people that there are so many ways that you probably haven't even considered, that you didn't even knew existed. Get them to a point where it inspires them to take the next step on determining if you can or cannot buy or sell in real estate. So I do that every Tuesday at 8:00. I go live. It's an opportunity for people to ask questions about that particular resource. I do one a week, but again, I go live on that Tuesday and that Thursday so we can just spend time with that particular resource or that particular tool as it relates to buying or selling a home. So we're going to do that on Tuesday. All right, and then on Wednesday, we have our town hall meeting. Go back one. There we go. We have our town hall meeting on Wednesday. You know what I like to do, Rick, is every quarter I like to bring the team together, bring the company together, and, you know, to do a couple of things. Number one, give people an idea of where we're going. Where is Brooks and Davis going? You know, I don't want people to think that we're not constantly thinking about the next level, the next move. So I like to take some time to really make people aware of what's in the cooker, right? The vision, get them to see the vision. So we're gonna be doing that on Wednesday. Then also we're gonna be talking about, you know, give a little bit of inspiration, right? He talks about that motivation. We know how people can get demotivated um, as it relates to being in this business. So, you know, get you pumped up, get you inspired, get you reinvigorated. Right. We're also going to showcase the best, the best that Brooks and Davis has to offer. Like, we offer a lot of things, and sometimes I think, it can, like, the best of what we do, the cream of the crop, really needs to be overemphasized so people understand what really sets us apart. How to really get tapped into what we're doing. So we'll make aware to some people or remind others of these things so they can really capitalize and take advantage of them for themselves and for their business. So we're going to be doing that as well. Also, Rick, what we're going to be doing, and this is a critical piece, we're going to have an opportunity for our ecosystem, right? Our agent members, our affiliates, our fans, to give us feedback. Give feedback to the leadership of where are some areas of improvement, some adjustments, some things that we could consider. We need to consider. We should take a look at to help the company better achieve its goals, to help our agents and our affiliates, those that have chosen to be with us. Give us some things to help them grow and help them move along, help them get better. So we're doing our town hall meeting on Wednesday. That's going to be at 12 o'clock. It's going to be in person at the corporate or the Central Coaching and Training Center, but it's also going to be on Zoom. And that's going to be at 12 on Wednesday. And then after that, we're going to be doing our new agent orientation. We do that twice a month. Helps our new agents. We just had some two new agents that gone through our affiliate program. They finally passed their real estate exam. Super excited for them. Well, the good thing is, one, she took her test Saturday, she passed. And on Wednesday, now she can do the agent orientation. We're not missing a beat. We can get going. Like, now we've got the license, we passed the exam. We ain't got to waste no time getting you moving to the next phase and getting you connected. That's what new agent orientation is going to do, right? It allows our agents to avoid the pain of feeling lost. They'll be able to learn more on how to get their business cards, their badge, get connected to their email, tools, other resources. Meet the leadership team if they haven't met them already. Sign up for the coaching, sign up for the mentor program. So all of that stuff, before they walk out, they'll be connected, right? So we're going to be doing that. Then on Thursday, let's see, Fairway Mortgage. So we have a lunch presentation. They're going to be coming in. They're going to be talking about the different products that they have to offer, to provide. They're going to be talking about how their process offers a personalized experience, how they make things less time consuming for the consumer, as well as they work with a wide variety of borrowers. So that's going to be at 12. Get you something to eat, get you some grubs, right? Make sure you visit the events page at our official website, brooksanddavis.com, to reserve your spot. That's how we'll know how much food to make for people. Rick, we got to know.
Right. Is that right?
We got to know. So make sure you reserve your spot. But I definitely encourage you, come meet the representatives, come meet the professionals at Fairway Mortgage and learn about what sets them apart from other other mortgage brokers. That's going to be at 12. And then also on Thursday, Rick, maybe I'm going to let you speak to this because I know you guys have a wide variety of phenomenal guests. You want to let the people know what they can expect this Thursday as it relates to the Prime Real Estate Network?
Yeah, man. Thank you so much, Coach Mike, man. I'm really proud to invite everyone in the audience to check out the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. We host it every week. New episodes debut Fridays, and you can also see us live on Thursdays, man. Myself, I co-host with the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. Larry W. Brooks. And like you mentioned, Coach Mike, we have a great range of entrepreneurs, business leaders, real estate professionals that we interview and get their insights on a regular basis. If you have not ever checked out the Prime Real Estate Network podcast, check us out. We're on YouTube. Last week's episode was really exciting. We had a professional pilot and aviator talking about how we can get that next generation of young people interested in aerospace, aviation, and serving the community as inspirations in that space. So check us out, Prime Real Estate Network on YouTube. Just search bar, hit the subscribe, like, and share button. Thanks a lot, Coach.
Absolutely, man. I love it. All right, so make sure you guys do that. Then also on Thursday, again, the town hall meeting is such a big deal. I know we have our dual career agents that may not be available at noon, right? They're at work, some of them, and we understand that. So that's why I'm going to do a town hall meeting recap on that evening. It's going to be virtual, right? So now it gives an opportunity for us to stay connected with our dual career agents. Like, we're not one of those brokerage firms that says that you got to be, that real estate has to be the only thing that you do, that you can't have another job, right? We know that there are people out there that, they want to get to the point to where real estate is their only thing, but they're not there yet. And they're going to need some assistance. They're going to need some help getting there. We can help you do that, because we understand that we don't just limit ourselves to doing things between what some would consider normal business hours, right? 9 to 5, 8 to 5, 8 to 6, something like that. So we're going to be doing that recap at 5:30 of everything that I talked about previously. What we discussed on that Wednesday. We're going to do it again. For those that were not available, they'll get another opportunity to learn about it at 5:30. It's going to replace our regular study hall time. One of our group coaching sessions will replace that with a town hall meeting recap. So that's going to be on Thursday. And then on Saturday, super excited about this, Rick. We've been planning this for a while, right? And now it's here finally on Saturday. The first program that I highlighted on Real Estate Out the Box was Harris County Single Family New Construction Program. This is where participants can get up to 45% off of the price of a newly built home through Harris County's program. We're talking 45%, Rick, right? We're talking about, just in numbers term. If it's a $300,000 house, Rick, 50% off is $150,000. Right? I think 45% is like $135,000. Can you imagine getting a discount of $135,000 off of a house, a brand new house? You're walking in with that kind of equity? Come on, man, this is crazy. But the county is offering this program, and they actually have houses that qualify. So what we've determined is on Saturday, we've got a bus. This is in partnership with US Bank. We've gotten a bus, and we're going to go look at some of the houses that the county is offering. Right? They'll be able to meet individuals with Harris County as it relates to the different areas of town that these homes are. They're going to be able to get exposed to what the process. It'll be kind of like a mini, home buying process. They're going to learn. They're going to meet the lender and the realtor and the inspector and the insurance person, and they'll meet the title company people because they're going to be at one of the locations. So they'll get to meet them, right? So they're going to be completely immersed, not just in the process of buying a house, but also in being able to see the inventory that's available for them to capitalize off of what the county is offering. And these are tax dollars, Rick. The county has over $50 million that's earmarked just for this program, for housing attainability. So that's what we're doing on Saturday. Super, super excited and proud of that. We got such a large response from it, Rick, that we're definitely going to be doing it again somewhere near in the future. So super excited about that. That's happening on Saturday that we're doing. All right, that's it, man.
Man, I urge everyone to get involved because that's a great trip.
Hey, look, I guess that ain't it, Rick. I forgot about some other things that
right
that we do. All right, yeah. So we did have the group coaching up there. We can put that back up on the screen. So we had the group coaching. That's something that we do on a weekly basis. I really like to showcase that, Rick, because, at Brooks and Davis, our agents at least once a day get access to coaching. This is in addition to the one-on-one. They get access to coaching through our group coaching. All right. And then we have our social proof. We talked about that earlier. And I really want people to know where they can go to hear from others of what they're saying about Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm. real people, real testimonies. Go to that link, and you're going to hear over 50 people's, and we're adding to it. The goal is to get to 100. That's our first goal that we want to get to, right? So there's an opportunity to hear. There's also, Rick, if people go there, if we got some fans that are listening and they want to give their insight and they want to give their input, go to that link, man. You'll be able to actually give your own video, audio, or written testimony to us directly that we can add on our social proof link as well. Like I said, we want to get to 100 stories, testimonies from real people about their experience with Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm. So right now, you can go to that link and you can learn more about that. These last two have to deal with SEO Coach Mike. You know, SEO Coach Mike is always looking for opportunities to speak. I got 4 amazing topics that I'm, ready to teach to your team, to your group. So reach out, go to the michaelgdavis.com website, and you'll be able to book me for that. You'll also be able to, this next one is our World Changers Table, something that I do every Tuesday evening. It's a group coaching session. You'll spend an hour with SEO Coach Mike. It's a very affordable coaching option. So if you want to stay where you are with your brokerage firm, but you do need some guidance, you need to be connected to someone like myself that is willing to pour into you and willing to help you move your business forward, then here's definitely an option for people to take advantage of every Tuesday evening. Again, you go to the website, learn more, hear people's comments around it, as well as reserve your seat. So now, Rick, I think I'm done.
No, man, I urge everyone to tap in, follow Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm on Instagram, follow CEO Coach Mike, and stay up to date as far as what's going on, because new programs, new events are being added on a regular basis, and I want everyone to not miss that one particular event that is exactly what they've been looking for. So if you have not signed up for the bus tour, do that now. If you need your pre-qualification, scan the QR code. We can get you pre-qualified and get you a seat on that bus. Because Coach Mike, $35,000 is substantial. Down payment assistance is substantial. And I want everyone to know that there are homes and communities that would love to have them and their family make that community home. So let's get in touch with people like yourself, Coach Mike, me at Prime Real Estate Rick, and we'll get you guys signed up for that bus tour. Coach Mike, today's episode, as usual, has been so informative and so uplifting. Do you have a final message for the members of our audience who may be checking us out for the first time or just need a pick-me-up to get their work week started?
No, absolutely. You know what, Rick? I would encourage them, man. Come to the town hall meeting, right? It's not just for Brooks and Davis agents. Everybody can participate in it. Just make sure you go to the website and reserve. We'll send you the link so you can get a preview of all those things that I talked about. So I think that would be a good look for, like I said, it's for the entire Brooks and Davis ecosystem. So I encourage people to do that, Rick, on Wednesday.
Absolutely, man. And I want to thank Coach Mike, man, for your time. I love hosting this show with you. I'm sure everyone in the audience is just being so fulfilled and edified with the information that you've shared. So once again, Coach, I want to thank you so much, and I can't wait until the next episode. And everyone in the audience, on behalf of myself, Rick Davis, and Mr. Michael G. Davis at CEO Coach Mike, check us out. If you need us, we're just a text, email, DM, or phone call away. And until the next episode of Monday Night Live Real Estate Call-In Show, everyone in our audience, please be safe and be blessed.